Righto guys, it's a little bit of a sad day. Yeah, sad video. It's been a long time coming. About halfway through building the tinny, I got a phone call from an old friend of mine, and he offered me a job in Brisbane. And I thought about everything that's been going on over the last sort of 6 to 12 months, and I've made the decision to take a job, which is yeah, a little bit different to working for myself, doing the YouTube for the last 6 years. Yeah, I'm going to sort of take a break. I don't think it'll be forever. I do enjoy making content, but for now I'm not enjoying the whole filming the adventures and that sort of thing. So yeah, sorry for the wind noise. My dead cat broke a long time ago actually, but yeah, so just to sort of sum it up, I built this boat with George 18 months ago now, so I've had it for 18 months. I put $70,000 of my own money into it to get it up and running, and then yeah, we got it going and I used it for a long period of time. I did have a little bit of saving after I finished paying the boat off. I did have a little bit of savings there. The build videos was probably the most successful YouTube series I've ever put out, 3 million views in total, so it did help me pay off everything, and yeah, and then put a tiny little bit of profit in there for myself that was keeping me going. Yeah, over the last sort of first 12 months of owning it, I put 300 hours on the engine. In the last 6 months I've put about 15 hours on the engine. We've had horrendous weather up here for a long time, barely any time since the end of December. I think we've been looking at, we've had over 3 meters of rain up here. 80 something % of days have been rainy, and then once you put in the wind and the cyclones, yeah, we've had barely any days to get on the water. So that's been eating into my profits and all that sort of, well, not profits, but just eating into how I've been surviving. I decided this year that I was going to try and get back into the inshore, and I put a lot of time, about a month and a half while it was raining, into this tinny and got it on the water. I put $7,000 of my own money into that as well. George was kind enough to donate about $1,500 worth of alley, but everything else was paid for by myself. I worked for a month and a half for free, because you don't earn a lot of money on YouTube, to put the thing together to hopefully pay it off over time. But yeah, halfway through the build, got the phone call. Yeah, a good mate of mine struggling to find apprentices down in Brisbane offered me free rent to live in the shed and get my heavy diesel ticket. Something I've been really interested in. He's asked me twice before if I wanted to go and work for him, and first time I was at university, the second time I thought, nah, I'm going to give this fishing a go, and the third time he called me, I've been down in the dumps a little bit, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to make the career change and give it a bit of a break. So I've had a lot of things break over the past sort of 12 months, especially because of the weather. I just spent another about $3,500 getting this boat back to brand new. I did a full trailer maintenance, and then a few things were wrong with the boat. I fixed up a few wiring issues and that sort of thing, and it's all back to full health, which is good. It's sad to see it go, but at the end of this video I'll let you know what's going on. Financially, I've just been struggling a lot. We got kicked out of our house here. Somewhere I've put a lot of time and effort in, especially with Brett and that, hunting and fishing and getting marks. I think there's about $12,000 worth of marks on my sounder, because it's over 6,000 litres of fuel has gone into it. So yeah, a lot of money has gone into getting this area. We got kicked out. I moved up north with Drew to Carramine Beach there, and I just lost the love of it all because of how much time and effort I'd put in down here, and then knowing how much time and effort I was going to put into the new area to get it going, and how much it costs just to put this boat on and off the water each day. You've got your service fees and the fuel costs, and yeah, and then when things break. So it's starting to stress me out a bit. I've also been towing over the weight on the car, and I was always looking at, you know, upgrading the car, but it's sort of come to a point where I don't have enough money come in to even think about upgrading the car. So I've burned all the rings out towing around a boat that's been too heavy for the car, and I don't know whether it's the thing that holds the first gear in, or I've snapped the tooth off the gear. I'll have to take it apart and have a look, but yeah, it's not staying in first gear, so towing it up and down the ramp, it falls in and out of gear and makes a loud clunking noise, which can't be good for the gearbox at all. So just with how much things have been going on, and yeah, and how much things have been breaking, I no longer feel comfortable taking the boat out, knowing that if I don't come home with a video, I'll be dead in the water in a couple of months. So yeah, unfortunately, a lot of it's financial. There's also a little bit that's not financial in terms of I've been dobbed into fisheries a few times over the last sort of 6 months. Social media's turned into like a big dobbing site. I think I'd rather, and then so that plays on your mind, and I think I would rather enjoy my fishing and hunting for myself, and if I was going to make content in the future, it would probably be something different, to be honest, and I'd keep the I'd keep that away from the camera, so you could go out and enjoy a day and not worry about those sorts of things. So you know, just being dobbed in for rules I didn't even know existed, yeah, it's just sort of especially in North Queensland, I'm not saying I'd purposely go out there and go against the law. Yeah, I think the main thing would be financially, but yeah, I think I'm just sort of not enjoying being picked apart all the time. Like I've copped my fair share of negative comments over the year, and I'm pretty used to them, and it doesn't bother me. But then once you have to start explaining yourself to the authorities, which I have no interest in, yeah, it sort of definitely sort of kills the adventure for you. And yeah, I'd much rather just go out and enjoy my time on the water, or enjoy my time in the hills, and not have to worry about that sort of stuff. So I think if I was making content in the future, it would be more geared towards building. I really enjoy making things. The little tinny was the best I've felt in months. Being able to go in and work. I worked 9 days straight on the trailer. I took 3 days off, and then I did 18 days straight on the boat in George's shed every day, just getting it done, ticking off a few things here and there, filming it. I did sort of lose interest once I'd found out that I had a job coming along, so I'm just really looking forward to a break and not doing this. I get sort of anxiety now putting stuff online, and even talking to the camera. It creates an uneasy feeling, and if that's the case, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, why keep doing it? There's a lot of reasons why I've made this decision, but I think they're the main ones, and I'm not going to go in and complain about anything. I've nothing to complain about. I want to say a big thank you to my mate Brett up here in North Queensland. He's sort of been, has kept me going through those tough times, and definitely helped out. Anything that I've said, hey, I know we want to go out fishing, but is there any chance we could film it in this way or try and do this? He's been the most supportive fella I've ever met, and has always tried to help me out. Even when I've lost all hope for the day, the guy's still chucking a camera in my face. So I want to say a big thank you to Brett. Yeah, he's been phenomenal in helping me continue with the stresses of running a boat that cost me something like $21,000 last year. And if you take all my money that I earn each year, and then you take away the expenses of running the YouTube business, I have been living below the poverty line for the last 3 years. I've been below the poverty line, so I had to do 4 years of taxes recently, and yeah, that was quite some years it's only $4,000 profit. So yeah, it's although I've got yeah, being a YouTuber is more about businesses and companies sometimes thinking that you can survive on free gear, and it's not like that at all, especially with the cost of living these days. I always lived as cheaply as possible to be able to do what I do. Lived in my car, travelled, yeah, and I think at the end of the day, I've just reached a point where I can no longer do that. Once you start running extra expenses, I just unfortunately can't keep doing that, and it's taken the love right out of it for me. So yeah, it's a bit of a sad video, but I think I'm going to take a break for a while. I leave tomorrow. I've just, I'm going to get George out here in a minute. He's going to come say a few words. He was very upset when I told him and didn't speak to me for a couple of days, but has recently come good when I explained my situation. And so, yeah, we'll get him out in a bit. There was something else I wanted to say, but I can't really remember at this stage. So another person I want to say a massive thank you to is George, for giving me this opportunity to be able to come in his shed for 12 months and build this with him, and sort of put me on the next level there for a little bit. But yeah, we're just bringing him out here now.
Yeah, I don't know, I got mixed emotions over all this. Timmy dropped in a few weeks back and basically told me what he was doing, you know, and I don't know, I was pretty upset about it. Hey. Anyway, I stewed on it for a little while, and I don't know, I was more annoyed the fact that we, you know, I treat him like a part of the family, and I don't know, but he's got some things going on in his life, and it took a few days for me to sort of let that sink in, and I called him up and said, come in, let's have a chat. And I basically said that I'd support him through whatever decision he makes, and yeah, it was a hard one, eh? But I don't know, I feel not so much for myself, but all the other sponsors and that, but he's done the right thing, and you know, hopefully the boat will go to whoever buys it. You know, they're going to get a great boat, and if the stickers and the wrap stays on it, then, you know, it's going to be seen. And yeah, I don't know, it's a hard one. Bloody.
So yeah, George just let the cat out of the bag there, but the boat will be up for sale. It's all right. Thanks for those great words. But yeah, I made the decision. I can't tow it down to Brisbane and North Queensland if it's not put in a shed and looked after. Absolutely kills things, the environment up here. So I'm going to keep the little tinny just in case I ever want to get back into something, and take it down south. But the big boat I'm going to be putting on the market. George is going to help me sell it. So if any of you are interested in having a look and purchasing the boat, yeah, George is going to be the man to talk to. I actually leave tomorrow, and I just managed to get all this finished up and cleaned up in time, and then yeah, it's gonna be on the market. So yeah, it's very sad. Even after I put all this love and attention into it, I would like to hang on to it, because it nearly killed us both building it, and it's probably one of the biggest and best things builds I've ever been a part of. And I learned an extreme amount of knowledge from George and that over the last, you know, 12 months, and then moving through to the tinny, and I'm, you know, forever thankful for the stuff he's taught me. I really enjoy creating things and putting content together, and I think that, yeah, if I'm going to do something in the future, it's going to be more building based than fishing and whatnot. So not to say I won't ever make fishing content again, but I definitely will be taking a little bit of a break. And
yeah, I've got to say, jump in here and say something. So you know, Timmy's probably already told you, you know, the love and the passion for it sort of dwindled off a bit, and I couldn't really understand that. And then I sort of basically said to myself, well, you know, I love what I'm doing. You know, I open up the door to my shed every day, and I absolutely love it. And the moment that would stop, I would give it away too. I'd be looking to do something else. And I wish him all the best. Still love him to death, still think of him as family, and I know out of all of it, I'm probably just going to miss him more than anything, eh?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to miss North Queensland. I enjoyed up here. It wasn't an easy decision to make, but just being so low on finances, I'd like to just go back to stability for a while, know where each paycheck's coming from, and yeah, just building these two things. I've thoroughly enjoyed just turning spanners, and I think that I think I'll enjoy the new direction. And if it's not, I can always come back to YouTube. I understand that, but the 6 years that I've done, I felt like I've done a trade in it. I know how algorithms and everything work, and how to put stuff together, but yeah, it's difficult to do something when the finances aren't there, and then when it adds that much extra stress on your life, it can definitely suck the fun out of things. So yeah, I think just looking for some stability and yeah, a bit of a different direction, and I love learning new things. That's why I love the offshore videos and everything. I know everyone complains about not seeing enough inshore Timmy, but my life has always been about keeping myself excited to do things, and yeah, I'm excited to learn about engines and all that. So
yeah, look, Timmy was fairly new to the ocean scene, and he took it on board. You know, I'm super proud of him to, you know, run 120 kilometres offshore and be confident. You know, the weather turns, and still be confident to get home and get home safely. Yeah, super proud of him in that respect. Still super proud of him as a man, as a young man, and I hope he succeeds in life. Wish him all the best. And I really have to thank all the sponsors that did jump on board throughout the build. Appreciate all the help that you basically gave us, and yeah, and look, I've got to thank my family too. I spent a long time away from my family, my kids, and my wife. You know, Chrissy. You know, I can't get that back, but you know, they love me and I love them to death, and they love Timmy too. You know, so you know, like I said, he's become part of the family, and we wish him all the best. And yeah, from me, just I'm pretty sad about the whole situation, but I'm trying to sort of hold it together. But yeah, I'm going to miss him. I hope he stays in touch. And yeah, I wish him all the best.
thanks, Georgie.
You're welcome, mate.
So yeah, I nearly teared up there, and
Nah,
I think
shit,
George is done. So yeah, anyway, we're yeah, the boat will be on the market. Everyone's seen the build videos. If you're interested in it, you can watch how the whole thing was put together. I'm just going to do a quick run through now. Trailer's back to full health. The video I posted before this was a big maintenance video, so I would have gone through everything I'd done there, and then future preventions on things that I found weren't lasting, and how, you know, plan to fix up those things. Everything still works up. I went through everything on the boat, and everything still works up there. I've got a couple of fenders, 2 bait boards. Yeah, I'll run through and do a bit of filming on that. Yeah, we've got a brand new hose in there for the fresh water tank, stainless steel, 150 litres, and the deck wash and that sort of thing. So if you're interested in it, yeah, get in contact with George. Unfortunately, I have to run off and start putting some money back in my account, and yeah, get settled in down there. And
yeah, that's another big thing too. He's been away from his family for so long, and I couldn't imagine what that's like. You know, I struggle being 5 minutes away from my kids, you know, and my family. So yeah, wishing them all the best, mate.
Very keen to spend some time with the family after being away for so long and chasing this dream, but yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I've got to reassess my life and do some thinking. So, and I think the best place that's going to be is down next to my family and learning some new things, and yeah, with a really good mate. So if you're interested in diesel engine rebuilds, let me know, because that's probably the way I'm going to be going in the future. Yeah, but nah, super happy with the boat. Like I said in the previous video, I've been incredibly lucky to call this mine for the last 18 months. And I would have liked to have kept going, but yeah, it's just, there's a little part of me that's really struggling at the moment. So yeah, I want to say a big thank you to all the sponsors. I said it in the last video as well. This boat came together so well, and still one of the best series that I've ever put together. In terms of how well it went and the audience it reached, and yeah, the comments we received and everything. So yeah, incredibly lucky to be able to put the whole thing together and be trusted with that. So yeah, a lot of these people jumped on board and gave us a massive hand. So I'll leave some contact details down. No tyre kickers, hey George?
No, serious boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm quite happy to take for a run it and show you what it's like. And
yeah, it'll be based in North Queensland, in Ingham, up where George is. So it's going to be in a shed, so I won't be out in the weather after all the hard work I've just put back into it, all love and attention. So it'll be in a shed, but if you're a serious buyer and you're looking to go for a run in it, George will be able to take you for a run. It'll be just down the road. So Ingham, North Queensland. Yeah, if you're looking at it and you want to organise freight or whatever to a location where you are, let us know, and yeah, we'll try and help you out. So
yeah, look guys, jump on there and wish him all the best, eh? Like seriously, like I said, I struggled with what he told me and what he was planning on doing, but you know, like at the end of the day, he's got to be happy. He's got to be happy with his life, and he's getting all emotional and shit now, and I'm about to go the same fucking way. But anyway, I wish him all the best, and hope you guys jump on there and do exactly the same thing. Wish him all the best, eh?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm at 15% battery, and I'll probably call it there. So peace out, and I'll catch you on the next adventures sometime.